everyone, welcome to my channel. I'm Rosa, and today I'm super excited because we're doing something really special for the holidays. We're gonna make some adorable cookie gift jars that you can give as gifts. I mean, who doesn't love cookies? These jars will have a basic cookie mix, and with just a few ingredients added in, you can make actually 12 different cookies. I'll also be making 6 of these flavors today so you can see how easy and delicious they come out. So grab yourself a mug of coffee and let's get started. So for this gift, you're definitely gonna need a 32-ounce jar, and also it's very important for you to print out the instructions so the recipient will know how to make the cookies. And for decoration, you're also gonna need some ribbons, some tags, and maybe some festive charms. So here's the base of our mix. It's super simple. We're talking flour, baking powder, baking soda, and salt. Oh, and sugar. This is the foundation that'll work with any of the add-ins. So now that the flour is all done, we're gonna add it to the jar first. So it's best to use a wide mouth funnel, but if you don't have one, you can use like a piece of cardboard like I have. I used to have a wide mouth funnel when I had the bakery, but that's gone. Still back in Las Vegas. You're gonna even it out so it's level. And you can also tap the bottom of the jar so that it levels out your flour. Now I'm gonna add the brown sugar. We're gonna put that in evenly. And when you add your brown sugar, just lightly pack it in so that you can fit the next ingredient in. And lastly, we're gonna add our granulated sugar. I added the layers to the jar with the brown sugar in the center so you can see the colors. You can decorate these jars any way you like, with festive ribbons, handwritten tags, or even holiday charms. Now here's where it gets really fun. You got the base mix, but each jar has the potential to make 12 different types of cookies. Look at these. We have everything from chocolate chip to pumpkin spice, coconut macaroons, maple pecan, lemon poppy seed, you name it. I'm baking 6 of these flavors today just to show you how easy and versatile this base mix is. The wet ingredients you'll need for each cookie will be a half a cup of vegan butter and a teaspoon of vanilla extract. First up, let's get started with our classic chocolate chip cookie. And honestly, it wouldn't be the holiday without a ooey gooey delicious chocolate chip cookie, would it? So we're gonna add the base recipe inside the bowl, and we're gonna mix that up really well. Make sure you break up all those clumps from the brown sugar and get everything evenly incorporated. Now we're just going to add our softened butter, and make sure you leave the butter out like at room temperature because you want it to be nice and soft so we can mix it up easier and quickly. Let's add our vanilla extract. I like using a wooden spoon. It's just a preference of mine. When I make any type of cookies, it feels like it's just, I don't know, homier than the silver spoons. But of course you can use any spoon you like. For this recipe, we're just going to need to add 1 cup of chocolate chips. I got my first batch of chocolate chip cookies out the oven, so now let's start our peanut butter cookies. So for our peanut butter cookies, we're going to use the same base, but our add-ins is going to be a half a cup of peanut butter, a half a cup of chopped nuts, and 1/4 cup of applesauce. So I waited to see if I needed any applesauce to make my peanut butter cookie dough more pliable, and I did. So I added a 1/4 cup of applesauce. We're adding a 1/4 cup of the peanuts inside the dough, and the other 1/4 cup we'll top each cookie with for decoration. If you don't like peanuts inside your peanut butter cookies, that's an option and you don't have to add them. But I do like to use the crisscross pattern effect that most traditional peanut butter cookies have. So now we're gonna make one of my all-time favorite cookies, oatmeal cookies. So with this one, you can have the option of putting raisin in it as well. So do about 1/4 cup to a half cup of raisins. But today we're gonna make them plain because my hubby does not like raisins. So let me show you how to do that. So I got my jar ingredients in a bowl. And to that, I'm gonna add 1 cup of oatmeal. And I'm using gluten-free rolled oats. And then I'm gonna add the remaining wet ingredients. If you find that your dough is too dry, feel free to add about a tablespoon of applesauce until you get the proper texture that you're looking for. Three batches out of the oven, 3 more to go, and actually, my favorite, surprisingly, are the peanut butter cookies. And normally I am an oatmeal girl, and those peanut butter cookies are really delicious. They're all delicious, but those ones, I think they might be the top contender. So next we're gonna make some cranberry almond cookies. So we got our base ready to go. Let's get that in the bowl. Be sure to break up a lot of the clumps from that brown sugar, because it will kind of get solidified a little bit inside the jar, but it'll come, you know, it'll get uncrumbly, however you can say. You know, guys, what I'm talking about. It'll come apart easily is what I'm trying to say when you put it inside the bowl and take a whisk to it, okay? So that's all mixed up really well. So next we're going to just add the other dry ingredients first, okay? So let's get that half a cup of cranberries in there. And these are sweetened cranberries, dry cranberries. You can use unsweetened if you like. A half a cup of slivered almonds, and I kind of crushed them up a bit so they can get incorporated inside the cookie well. So we're gonna add our teaspoon of vanilla. We're gonna add our half a cup of softened butter. This is vegan butter. And guys, when you're using the butter, try to get a really high quality vegan butter, one that you've had baked with before. Lastly, we're gonna add our 1/4 cup of applesauce. I think I'm going to go ahead and use the electric mixer first because, you know, making all these cookies make me tired. So even though it's easy, let's just make life easier for ourselves. Since I have a kind of a cheap mixer, my mixer is not quite quality. I have to get my hands in there at the end and get it really mixed up together. Cookies in a jar recipe number 5. And our 5th one is going to be my favorite. Well, I know I say a lot of them are favorites, but this one is really delicious. It is my chai spice cookie. And these ones are delicious if you're having a cup of coffee or tea in the morning. They pair really well with that. So let me show you how I make those. So I'm gonna add the familiar spices that you will find in a chai tea, so which will be a teaspoon of cinnamon, a half a teaspoon of cardamom, 1/4 teaspoon of clove. So it's not coming together really well. So I think I'm gonna add another 1/4 cup of that applesauce, just to get a nice pliable dough. So this is gonna make for a softer cookie. So when you're making these with the chai spice cookie, you can also add a tablespoon at a time, just until you get that texture that you like. The less that you add with the applesauce, it'll be more of a stiff dough. But we're gonna go with this one. So these are gonna be more like a drop cookie, which will be fantastic. We're rounding it up with our peppermint double chocolate cookie. I really packed that in, didn't I? Okay. At least you know it's secure. And we're gonna whisk that up a bit so that we can get all those brown sugar clumps broken up. So we have so many cookies, and I haven't even finished the batches out yet. All I did was make 1 tray of cookie from each one of the batches, and I still have a ton of cookie dough left in the fridge. So what I think I'm gonna do is leave a little bit of it in the fridge and put the rest in the freezer for a later date. Oops. All right, I'm gonna add a 1/2 cup of cacao powder, because we gotta have that chocolatey goodness in there. So that. Now I use the cacao powder because it's a great antioxidant, but if you don't have that, you can also just use like cocoa powder. It'll work just the same. Let's add our butter. We're gonna add a teaspoon of vanilla extract. I can't find my teaspoon measure, so this is about a teaspoon. We're gonna start off with about a 1/4 cup of the usual applesauce, okay? And I'm believing that we're gonna need more, so I'm just gonna go ahead and add a tablespoon at a time once I start mixing it, and we might end up with like a 1/2 cup of applesauce in there. So let me get that mixed up first before I add our chocolate chips. Oh, I don't want to forget, we're gonna add a 1/2 teaspoon of our peppermint extract, because that's where you get the peppermint flavor from. And also we're gonna do some peppermint candies as well, but that's gonna go on top, I think, this time. Sometimes I put them inside the dough, but this time we're gonna sprinkle them on top. So that's a 1/4 right there, and another 1/4 is a 1/2. There you go. So we're gonna get that mixed up a bit, and then check the texture of it. So we're gonna add, I'm just gonna trust and add about a 1/4 more cup of the applesauce. You know, I was gonna do 1 tablespoon at a time, but I'm seeing that it's dry. And the reason why it's dry is because we actually add something that was dry, which is the cocoa powder. So that's gonna kind of make things a little bit dry. So the full amount of applesauce we're putting in here is a 1/2 cup. Ooh, struggle is real with this little thing. It's cheap, but it's effective for the day at least. All right, let me get my oven on. Okay, we're gonna put that at 175 Celsius, and let me continue to mix this. See, it's kind of dry at the bottom still, so you gotta get this nice and stirred up. That's why sometimes I just get my hands in there and squish it together. Right. So it should be kind of like that kind of texture. Nice, soft, pliable dough. Until this dough, we're gonna add a cup of chocolate chips. All right, let's just fold that in. This is gonna give it those delicious moisture in the top chocolate chips and in between the cookie, making it that creamy chocolatiness that you're looking for. Wow, it smells so pepperminty. But we're not done yet. We're gonna top it with some peppermint candies. All right, I think that's good. You can make these cookies as large as you like. I just like to do the basic tablespoon because they kind of spread a little bit, and it's just the perfect size for individual. We're gonna shape them a little bit and push them down slightly so we can get the candy cane topping on it. So I just took a couple, the little circle peppermints, and I just crushed them. You can use a candy cane, whatever you like. Just gonna put a little bit on top. And this candy cane topping is optional, so you don't have to add the topping. I just think it looks pretty cool. There you go. So we're gonna pop these in the oven, and I'll show you what they look like when they come out. So there you have it, a simple, thoughtful, delicious gift idea that you can share with family, friends, teachers, or anyone who loves cookies. Thank you so much for spending time with me today. I really hope you guys enjoy this cookie jar gift idea. If you love recipes like this, give it a thumbs up. And if you want to see more, subscribe to my channel. I upload with new videos every week. So with that being said, I'm Rosa, and I appreciate you being with me, and I'll see you next time on our next video. Bye-bye.